Welcome back to an introduction to basic concepts of maintenance and reliability. In this lecture, we are going to discuss value stream mapping. Value stream mapping is one of the most powerful and insightful tools in the lean manufacturing toolkit. Born from the Toyota production system, it provides a visual and holistic way to analyze the flow of materials and information required to bring a product or service from raw materials to the customer. By mapping every step in the current process, distinguishing between value-adding activities and non-value-adding activities, VSM helps organizations see the hidden inefficiencies, bottlenecks, delays, and excessive inventory that traditional metrics often miss. Let us understand how to develop a value stream map by using the example of a very simple metallic bracket manufacturing process. The first thing we need to understand is that a value stream map is created twice. First, a map for current state is developed that reflects how is everything happening presently with whatever flaws and deficiencies are present in the system. From there, improvement areas are determined and a future state map is developed to reflect how you envision things will look once the improvements are made. For building a current state map, we look at all of the different steps of the manufacturing process, starting all the way from the supplier to the customer. So first, raw material will be received from the supplier into the main warehouse. The raw material will be in the form of a steel sheet metal for our example. This sheet metal will first reach the CNC laser cutting station where the sheets will be cut into desired sizes. From there, the rectangular pieces of metal will move to a drilling station where holes of desired size will be made in them. From there, the stock will move to a bending station where the 90-degree bend will be created to complete the bracket. Finally, the brackets will move to a packaging and storage station where they will be packed and stored in boxes. From there, the product will be dispatched to the customer. This is just the basic skeleton of the value stream map. The next step is to populate it with important data. We will start with the customer. Let's say our customer needs 100 brackets a day. The first important calculation is the takt time calculated from customer demand. Let's say our factory runs 8 hours a day, in which 1 hour is for scheduled breaks. It means 7 hours is the scheduled production time. Takt time is this scheduled production time divided by customer demand. It becomes 4.2 minutes for our example. It means our factory needs to produce one bracket every 4.2 minutes to meet customer demand. The takt time will be shown on our value stream map with the customer. Next, we will map the data of each individual process. Let's start with the CNC laser cutting station. Let's say that the cycle time is 1.2 minutes. It is the time taken for cutting a single bracket piece. The setup time for the machine is 30 minutes per batch, while the batch size is 5 sheets. What it means is that the machine runs a batch of 5 sheets before the machine needs a break for setting it up for the next batch, which takes 30 minutes. The average uptime of the machine is 90%. That is, the machine experiences breakdowns only 10% of the time. And finally, this station has a single machine. Similar information for the remainder of the processes is also included in the map. It is important to highlight here that this data must be gathered by walking the value stream and using the go, look, see approach. The next step is to map the work in progress inventory. If we focus on CNC laser cutting station, on an average, 1 sheet of steel is going to be in the cutting process, while say 10 sheets are found on an average at the station in the cutting queue. It means that the average work in progress inventory at the CNC laser cutting station is 11 sheets of steel. In a value stream map, this is conventionally written inside a triangle. We record the same work in progress inventory for each of the processes. Furthermore, the average inventory in warehouse is also written. Let's say that it is 100 sheets, while a dispatch buffer after packaging keeps 125 brackets on an average. However, it is important to remember that the work in progress inventory at CNC laser cutting station is steel sheets in the form of raw material. So when we write 11, we mean 11 large steel sheets as received from the warehouse. For drilling station, it is in the form of rectangular pieces of steel sheet already cut from larger sheets with holes not drilled yet. So when we write 50, we mean 50 rectangular pieces of steel. For bending station, it is rectangular pieces of steel sheets with holes drilled in them. For the packaging station, the work in progress inventory is the final bracket in the shape and form as required by the customer. The next step is to map the lead time and processing time using a sawtooth diagram. The crests of the sawtooth are meant for representing the lead times, while the troughs are meant for representing the processing times. If we look at the first step, we see that a total of 111 sheets are present in warehouse and as work in progress at CNC laser cutting station. Let's say that 4 brackets are made from a single sheet. It means that 444 brackets will be made from 111 sheets. Remember that the customer demand is 100 brackets per day. It means we have 4.44 days worth of inventory. This 4.44 days is the lead time to be noted in our time graph. Similarly, all other work in progress inventories are converted into number of days of lead time and noted in the time diagram. For troughs, the cycle times already noted in the process data boxes are noted in the time diagram. At the end of the time diagram, we write the totals. The total for lead time is 7.6 days in our example, while the same for processing time is 4.4 minutes. At this point, we calculate an important metric called the value added ratio. It is expressed as what % of the total time was actually spent in value adding. In our case, it is the total processing time excluding packaging, because packaging is generally not considered a value adding activity. This gives us a value added ratio of 0.036%, which means that 0.036% of the total time is actually spent on adding value that the customer needs. The higher this ratio, the better it is. The map also includes information flows such as demand forecast sent to the planning office by the customer and the daily order placed by the planning office to the supplier. Once the current state value stream map has been completed, it is analyzed for improvement areas before a future state map can be developed. In the next lecture, we will identify improvement areas and develop a future state value stream map. See you in the next lecture.